You have no idea how excited I am. You have no idea how excited I am. You have no idea how excited. Oh my gosh. Okay, so I've calmed down a little. Those of you that, no, calm down even more. Okay, that's better. So, those of you that know my channel and know me, you will know how much I've been whining and pining for one of these bad boys. I was this close. You see, there's not even a gap between my finger and thumb, that close to having one imported directly from Aries themselves to the Airsoft mic headquarters. And that would have cost a stupid amount of money, but I'm so glad I didn't. Do you want to know why I'm so glad? Because this is the 2020 version, baby. Yes, apparently it's improved because there were some issues with the first one, but guess what? That doesn't matter whether there was any issues with the first one or not. I'm not going to use this for gameplay. This is pure movie memorabilia gold for me. And of course, one of our great British institutions, or should I say characters, that used this is James Bond. And of course, Agent 47, and it's been in, what else? Equilibrium, Born Identity, I think, as well. You might be able to name a couple of others, but come on, let's get it open. And I can tell you straight away, as happy as I am about receiving one of these, and it cost me dearly, it wasn't cheap, but still cheaper than me importing it myself. There is one little thing I know about this already before looking at it that I am not happy with, but again, I don't care. Come on, it's a WA2000. Based on that fine piece of German craftsmanship. Anyway, have a look. Okay, let's see what we get in the box. First thing is this. You get that famous little Aries card that appears to be replacing instruction manuals now. So yes, technically it does come with a manual, but it's all online. And it has some of the spec on the other side. Okay, we also have a tool, and if you look carefully you will see that it is actually threaded, and yeah, this is part of if you want to take the bad boy down, which I will not be doing. And as if this wasn't good enough on its own, you get a metal mag. It's meant to replicate, look, the real thing, and you also get some dummy rounds. Now these unfortunately are plastic, but you know what, from a good distance you wouldn't be able to tell that it was plastic, but I actually have some inert rounds which are the same caliber. So yeah, and you can literally fill your mag up with these dummy rounds and shove it up your WA2000. But again, it makes no difference at all to the operation of this particular piece. Decent. The next thing we have, looking very authentic, is your bipod. We'll get that on in a moment. Here we go. Contain yourself. Oh, this has got some weight to it, and boy does this look clean. Oh, hang on. There's something else. A cleaning and unjamming rod. Oh my gosh. How sweet does this look? Woo! How long have I been waiting for one of these? Okay, the first thing I want to do is to put the bipod on. So, first thing you need to do on this is unscrew this piece right here. So it leaves this looking like that. And those of you familiar with this system, you will know that this bad boy sits right on the top right there. Now watch carefully. I shall only do this once. You see the screw I just showed you earlier? And take note of this section right there. You want to get this over this rail, as it were, but you need that screw to go in from that side first. So, and try not to scratch anything. So let me put this down. So carefully get that through, then rest this down like that. And what you want is for that flappy section here to meet the screw. And then you just pop this back on and you tighten it. You don't have to do it too tight, and I'll show you why I'm not going to do it tight immediately. I'm just going to put it on enough so it all stays together. Come on! How gorgeous does this all look? Wow. Now, because I haven't tightened the bipod on there fully, that enables me to position this wherever I want. So for example, if I deploy the bipod legs, which by the way, you need to press on this little button here, and there's a duplicate one on that side for this leg, you need to press on those before you can actually swivel your bipod legs around. So yeah, if I'm gonna deploy my bipod legs, for example, now that I've got the bipod legs deployed, I can take it off this rest, but I'm not going to do it just yet because I want to show you. Because I haven't tightened that yet, it means I can move my bipod legs to any position I want along here. Now for me personally, I don't know, maybe here or maybe back here. I don't know. Do you know what? The front, it is. Let me just tighten this up. I'll be right back. Come on, the front it is. Okay, let's have a look over this marvelous, for me, this is the alpha airsoft rifle in my collection, okay? Not only because of how much it cost, but how beautifully it replicates its real counterpart in the looks department. So, let's start at the rear, where you have a very nice, looks, again, I've got to keep saying this, looks just like its real counterpart. This butt plate or butt pad right here, if you look on the back, it's got a nice, thick, luxurious, rubberized plate right here. That is adjustable. There is a screw on the other side, which I will show you once we get to the other side. But if I loosen that, you're able to lower or raise your butt pad. Then if I take you to the top of this stock, that has been nicely done in real wood, walnut. Looks a bit dull, but don't worry. I bought a little tin of something that will bring this up nicely, but that's later. Now, if you look on the top right here, you can see this rather large screw head. You loosen that so you can extend your stock. Nice. But take note, there appears to be another section right there with a missing screw. Well, no, it's not missing. The reason why that is like that, it's because you can remove your cheek rest if you unscrew that screw right there, switch it around so it's user-friendly for the lefties out there. And you see that cutout on the wood right there? That will end up right here, and then you put the screw back in. So moving along, you've got your mag release right there for the fake mag. You've got your grip again with that nice stippling on the front. You've also got your barrel nut, and then this entire section, in fact, everything on this rifle that is colored black, apart from this piece of your butt pad, literally just this piece right here, because that and that is also metal and the butt pad is rubber. Everything else is full metal. apart from your beautiful brown stuff here, the real wood, the real walnut. But as we get back to this section again, you have your fire selector switch, so you've got your safe and your fire, you have your trigger guard, and here you have your charging handle, which is on both sides. You have your rail system. I tell you what, shall I put something sexy on there right now? Ha! Hold on. I know you're thinking, heresy, heresy! But I think it looks cool. I know your boy James Bond had some sort of night vision setup on his WA2000. I wasn't going to spend that amount of money on a real one. Couldn't find a suitable Airsoft or mock one to get to me in time. So I put on this cool little scope and then I attached a hollow sight. Just to make it look a bit more interesting and less standard. Now, as we continue, don't worry, I'll take some of this off a bit later. As we continue, what you would do is you grab hold of this and it's a good old pull. Clicks into place, then you push it forward and you takes your shot. Now I know this is cleared, there's nothing in here, so it's safe for me to pull that trigger. Take it off safe. So yeah, nice. Right, now as we're down here, you've got your Aries test card, and just again, here's another way of telling whether this is the new version for 2020. If you look on the card, it literally says this one, before it left the factory, was inspected on the 7th of July 2020. Let me just flip this to the side. For some reason I think it looks even sexier. Anyway, as we move along, you've got this very nice fluted outer barrel, and here you have your holder for your bipod legs, and again on this beautiful walnut handguard, you've got the stippling there, which is more true to its real counterpart. And then of course, as you saw earlier on, you got your bipod, you got your system up here where you can move it back and forth, and then you have this muzzle device, trying to look like a shortened little suppressor, but it's just a muzzle device. On the real version, or should I say on the more updated version of the real version, you've got a flash hider. They've done away with this. Personally, I think this looks better than your standard flash hider. Now I'm going to pick this bad boy up because I've got to show you what's going on at the front here. The business end. But to be fair, I'm actually talking about down there, because that is where you have your internal 50 round mag. And the way you gain access to this internal mag system is you have to press on this button right there. But note, when you press it, nothing happens, mate. That's because you gotta tip this bad boy forward and then press on that button, and there it is. Ha! Looking like your inner barrel just fell out, but no, it's not your inner barrel. But real talk, it really does look like an inner barrel. Here's an actual inner barrel. Here's what just plopped out of the WA2000. But it's not your inner barrel, I promise you. Made out of the same thing though, I swear. So now that you've got that out, I'm gonna nickname this a plunger. If you look at the front again, you will see you have a hole. And in that hole is where you pop your BBs. And as I said, it takes 50. So yeah, you just fill it up. And then you put your plunger back in. Or should I say a feeder? Because look, it's actually spring loaded. You see that spring right there? So when you push this back in, your BBs effectively go down this tube, thus making this your internal mag. Okay, let's have a look on the other side. Oh, this side looking a bit more interesting, and I'll show you why in a moment. But first, in the interest of safety, now that it's got rounds in there, even though I haven't pulled the bolt back yet, let's get that on safe. Here on the real counterpart, you will see your empty rounds come flying out of there. And right here is your hop-up adjustment. That little slidey thing right there, that goes forwards or backwards so you can adjust your hop-up. Right, so nothing more to see here, pretty much identical to the other side. However, get back to the rear because I want to show you the bolt looking like its real counterpart and all, because when I pull that handle back, this bad boy moves. Now, again, because it's not a gas one or it's not real, you don't see anything. It's all still there, but it did move. Yeah, it did move, because when I push it forward, you see that line will appear. Lovely. So that bad boy's ready to be fired. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna fire this just to test it. Now remember, this will never see the light of day on an airsoft field. I mean, I might take it to 1 or 2 airsoft fields just so that other people can grab hold of it and feel it and fire it, but not in gameplay, just at a target or something. But other than that, this is going in my man cave, okay? Now my man cave, which is totally separate to my airsoft mic armory, is where I keep all my movie memorabilia stuff. And of course, we all know this has been featured in a Bond movie, many other movies, and numerous games. Let me show you quickly the man cave, and then I'll come right back for a chrono test, a cheeky little accuracy test, which really isn't a proper accuracy test, and then I'll wrap the video up. Okay, just before you go to the man cave, we were just going to make sure this works. Got my iPro on. Let's just bring it back a bit. Oh yeah! Nah, if you want to see more of that, you have to be subscribed to my other channel, Mike's Tech and Toys, plus movie memorabilia. Link in the video description. Right, let's do this. Right, I'm just going to take one more shot. This thing, I'm holding it in my hands. It's quite heavy, bit cumbersome holding it in your hands, so just one more. There you go, that'll do. So as you can see there, we're looking at the low 400s, which again for an Aries, pretty decent. Right, let's make a couple of holes in the target. Okay, 3 shots. Look at that! As you saw there, I just took 3 shots. I couldn't be asked to do 4 on each one holding this bad boy. Beautiful piece. Speaks for itself, speaks for itself, speaks for itself. We'll just do one massive... Perfect. So there we go, people. I finally have my Aries WA2000. And yes, there is one little thing I am disappointed about, is that it doesn't have the real steel markings, the trades that the first one had. That would have been even better. But you know what? At the end of the day, it's still a beautiful replica of the iconic, very expensive, very rare German rifle, the WA2000. Now, like I said, not going to be used for gameplay. I purely wanted one as a collector, and it's going in my man cave, as I mentioned earlier on. The accuracy test, take that with a pinch of salt. Yes, it was super accurate, but look how close I was to the target. As you all know by now, that's all I can do at this moment in time, in terms of distance. But again, who cares? I've got my WA2000. My mission is complete. I think I can shut my channel down now. Never. Not by choice anyway. Thanks for watching. Catch me next time on the Airsoft Mike YouTube channel. And if ever you want to see bloopers, mistakes, extra content from my channel, You need to be following me on Instagram, and if you want quick updates to anything that I'm doing, for example what the next video may be, that's all going to be on Twitter. Thanks for watching, catch me next time on the Airsoft Mike YouTube channel or my other one, Mike's Tech and Toys plus Movie Memorabilia.